Hey guys, and welcome back to Cozy Co, or welcome if you're new. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a super easy crockpot meal as well as the most refreshing smoothie that I've ever made. Okay guys, so we're going to make this pasta. I have my chicken here. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in. And I do cut mine thin so that it is like easier, takes less time to cook. But I just went ahead and spread that on the bottom. And then Cajun, I'm gonna do beef sausage as well. And I'm just layering that like that. Just kind of layering it. And then of course shrimp, which I already pre-seasoned. I pre-seasoned the chicken as well. Only thing I didn't season was the sausage. And now that all the meat is in there, I am going to add sauce. I am just using regular Alfredo. And you're just going to do like this. Make sure it's covered. I like to add a little water in mine just to make sure you get all the sauce. And I'll just add it like that so you get all the sauce like that. A little hack for you guys. I'm just gonna do about a jar and a half, and if I need more I'll add more afterwards, but just starting with a jar and a half. And I'm also gonna season it, so let me show you the season that I'm using. I'm gonna be using this Creole seasoning, salt and pepper, garlic and onion, and then we're going to be doing Old Bay, and parsley. And of course, add in your own seasonings like you like it, but I like to add a lot of seasoning. I like a lot of flavor, and it's Cajun, so I use a lot of Cajun flavors. And then this is going to cook covered on high for about 3 hours, or it's going to cook on low for about 6 hours. So here's how it looks after about 2.5 hours. Pretty much done. I'm going to stir it up and then put the pasta. So right here, I'm just stirring up everything in the crock pot, making sure that all the meat is done and everything like that. Mainly checking the chicken to making sure it was tender to my liking. So I'll suggest that you guys do this here. And then I also tried to cut the chicken while it was in the crock pot, but it just kept sliding due to the sauce. So you'll see me next. I'll take it out of the crock pot, and then I'm just gonna chop it on my cutting board and add it back in later. And then also while I was chopping the chicken, I wanted to go ahead and get the pasta cooking. So I'm just using penne noodles. I think that this is the best for Alfredo pasta. So I really love using penne. It really soaks up the sauce, which you'll see later. Also, for this recipe, feel free to chop your chicken ahead of time already into the diced pasta size, but I was afraid that it was going to shred, because if you've ever used a crock pot before, it shreds chicken like nobody's business. So I was afraid that it was going to shred. That's why I left them whole, and then I went ahead and decided to chop them up afterwards. But feel free to do what's best for you and your family. So at this point, this is where I added my chopped chicken back into the crock pot, and I went ahead and stirred up everything. I went ahead and added the pasta as well to get those noodles soaking up. So after I added the chicken and the cooked pasta, I went ahead and stirred it up and then recovered it and let it cook for that final 30 minutes, checking it at the 15 mark. And I also added pasta, a little bit of more pasta sauce at this point. And then after the last 15 minutes, it was pretty much done. So this is what it looks like after the full 30 minutes of it fully cooking. As you can see, the pasta is super creamy, and the penne noodles, like I said, it really does a great job of soaking it up. Here is the final look of this recipe. I did add an additional seasoning because, again, I really love a lot of flavor, so I topped some off. And you can also add cheese. I did this to my individual plates because my boyfriend doesn't like Parmesan. Okay, next I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this smoothie, and I promise you guys it is the most refreshing smoothie that you'll ever make and taste. So for this smoothie, you're going to need a splash of orange juice. I did add some cut up strawberries as well, and the orange juice, don't forget to put the liquids first before you put your solids and fruits. Also added a bit of frozen peaches, and you can do real peaches or frozen strawberries, And then I topped it off with some ice, and then it's going to go straight into the blender. And that's it, and it is so good. I really love the consistency of this. And I also, a little trick for you guys, store smoothies or frozen drinks in mason jars if you don't already. They're really good for this because you can easily freeze them, throw them in the freezer, or you can drink straight out of them as well. So definitely feel free to try this smoothie out and tag me if you do.